Lakshmi Maturi. Welcome back to my channel. Today you are going to learn more about polynomials. If you want to learn what is the concept that relevant to the polynomial, you have to watch my previous video Polynomials Part 1, Class 10 Maths. Now in this video as a part 2, we are going to learn in what way the board examination are relevant problems relevant to the quadratic as well as the cubic polynomial problems we are going to discuss along with its concept. At first we need to know what is a polynomial. Polynomial means an algebraic expression which is having non-negative integral degree. Non-negative integral, which means that it may be a positive integer or a zero. Such kind of degrees are said to be called polynomials. And we have discussed based on the degrees of the algebraic expression, nothing but degree of the polynomial, we can classify the polynomials into some type. That is, whenever the highest degree of a polynomial is 1, we call that is the linear. Linear polynomial general form is ax plus b, where the leading coefficient a is not equal to 0. Coming to second one, it is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial, and its general form is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. And if degree is maybe 3, we call that is the cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, and its general form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0. Coming to, if degree of a polynomial is 4, we said it is biquadratic polynomial. Its general form is x 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. Here also a is not equal to 0. And later, even in the first part we have learned, every polynomial have the, if it is any polynomial having n is the degree, it has n plus 1 maximum number of terms will be, and also it is having n is the degree means n plus 1 term should be there as a, and also n number of roots will be possible. N number of roots. So what we have learned still? So linear polynomial have one root or one zero. That zero is called alpha. Quadratic polynomial degree is 2. That's why it have 2 roots maximum, alpha and beta. And cubic polynomial degree is 3. So maximum number of roots it have is alpha, beta, gamma, those are 3. Biquadratic polynomial degree is 4. So it is having 4 maximum roots. So alpha, beta, gamma and delta. That means how many roots will be possible for the linear? 1 maximum. Maximum one root will be possible. That is maximum. Why I am saying is sometimes root may possible, may not possible. But how many number of roots will be? Only one root. That is namely alpha. For quadratic, what is the degree? 2. Maximum, how many roots are possible? 2 roots. What are they? Alpha and beta. What is the cubic polynomial degree? 3. And how many roots may possible? Maximum 3 roots. What are those? Alpha, beta, gamma. What is the degree of a biquadratic polynomial? 4. How many roots may possible? 4. Those are alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Until this we have a length already. But now what we are going to learn is, we are going to learn how to find out the quadratic polynomial when they have given roots, or when they have given a polynomial, how to find out the roots, and verifying that whether the roots are correct or not. That is our topic. Let's move to our topic now. Here whenever alpha and beta are the zeros of any quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, then we are going to learn the relationship identities of a quadratic polynomial. That means the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial, how it will be. We are going to learn that. Sum of the roots is equal to, usually sum of roots means roots for as alpha and beta, roots otherwise you can take it as zeros also, no issues. Sum of the zeros alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Here minus b means minus x coefficient by x square coefficient. So what is the relation between the zeros of the quadratic polynomial as well as coefficient of the polynomial is sum of the zeros for a quadratic polynomial alpha plus beta will be minus b by a. Here b stands for x coefficient, a stands for x square coefficient. In the same way, product of roots nothing but zeros. Product of the zeros alpha into beta equal to product of the roots nothing but product of the zeros alpha into beta equal to c by a, which is constant term by a stands for x square coefficient. In that way. So what is our first topic is how can we find out the relationship between the zeros of the polynomial and coefficients of the polynomial. Nothing but we are relating the both zeros and coefficient. Next thing is whenever they have given the roots like alpha and beta, how can we find out the quadratic polynomial? If alpha and beta are the zeros, you can write x minus alpha into x minus beta. We have to multiply. If it is maybe equation means you can take it as equal to 0. Or else we can write as x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product. If it is an equation you want means equal to 0. Or else you can write it as x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. Or else you can write now like this also, k square into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. K is any value, any real value. Usually we will ignore this k. That means 2 into x square plus 7x plus 12 gives the same zeros. Or 2 into not there also, it gives the same zero. As we know that 2 cannot be equal to 0 means definitely these also will be equal to 0. So if you write k or not written also no issues. You can learn these three formulas, either this or this or this. But which is the better to use is either second one and the third one. Today you are learning two things. What are those? First one is relation between the zeros and coefficient. Second one, if they have given the zeros, how to find out the quadratic polynomial. Now we are going to learn some more interesting problems based on these concepts. Let us learn. Now see here, first problem is about they are asking you to find out the zeros of the given polynomial as well as, and they are asking you to verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. First of all, if I want to find out this one, in what way we can find out the zeros of given quadratic polynomial? First thing is, you can write it as x square minus 9 equal to 0. To get the zeros, obviously what we will do is, at what value of the polynomial gives you 0, we will take it. Now, you can write x square minus 9 equal to 0 here. You can express x square as x whole square minus 3 whole square equal to 0. So, x plus 3 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. We know that this is a non-zero divisors. That means either first one will be 0 or next one will be 0 or both are 0. Or else it won't be possible. So that is why I am taking first factor is 0 or second factor is 0. So x is equal to minus 3, x is equal to 3. Now first root let me take it as a alpha which is minus 3. Next one take it as a beta which is the 3. This is can be done like this also. Clearly x square minus 9 equal to 0. X square is equal to 0 plus 9, nothing but 9. X equal to, after transposing square, it will become root. X equal to root 9 which is plus or minus 3. So x is equal to plus 3 and x is equal to minus 3, nothing but alpha equal to 3 and beta equal to minus 3. Like that also we can, in any way we do also we get the same. But then this one, it is the easiest one. After finding alpha and beta, is asking us to verify our relationship is, that means relationship between the zeros and the coefficients is, what is the relationship they are asking you to verify. So what will we do? In relationship we need the sum of the zeros, so I am finding sum. Sum of the zeros is, what is our zeros? We got minus 3 plus 3 gives you 0. And what about one more? Product. Product is equal to alpha into beta which is equal to minus 3 into 3 gives you minus 9. These are actual values. Whether these are correct or not, let us verify with the relationship identity. So what will we do? We are doing verification. For verification, you should identify what are the coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. First, compare. We are comparing x square minus 9. But if you observe that here it is not a completely quadratic polynomial. That is why, which is the missing term, I am taking as 0. So x term is missing here. So I am writing x square plus 0x minus 9. With what you should compare? With the general form. With, what is the general form of quadratic polynomial? Ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. So clearly a equal to 1, b equal to 0, c equal to minus 9. Nothing but x square coefficient 1, x coefficient 0, constant term is minus 9. As we know, alpha plus beta is, we know about minus b by a. What is minus b by a? Here minus b means 0 minus 0 by a means it's 1. Nothing but 0. And one more thing is, we need to verify even product. Product is equal to, we know that c by a. C means minus 9 by 1. Answer is minus 9. Have we got the same answer when we have done normally? Yes. Even the relationship also got the same. So what we can say that, hence we verified. In this way, we can find out the zeros and we can find out the relationship between the zeros and coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. These kind of problems are very important and important for the 2 marks in 2016. For the SA1 it has given, as well as even in the many competitive examination and board examination also. How to find out the zeros and relationship problems are very important. For that 2017 one time board has given, and even 2016 SA1 also they have given. Let's move to the next problem. In this model, the next problem is t square minus 5 is the quadratic polynomial. They are asking you to find out the zeros. As we know that, make it equal to 0, then t square is equal to minus 5 will be transposed as plus 5. Then t is equal to root 5, t equal to plus or minus root 5. As we know, assume that first one alpha value is root 5 and beta is minus root 5. You are having some doubt. Ma'am, what will happen if you take that alpha is minus root 5, beta is plus root 5? We can take order of the roots is not important here. You can assume anything as an alpha and anything as a beta. Now, if you want to verify the relationship, at first you need the alpha plus beta value, nothing but that is only sum. Sum equal to root 5 minus root 5 is equal to 0. And product is equal to alpha into beta, which is equal to, you can do it as root 5 into minus root 5 will give you minus 5, because root 5 into root 5 is 5, minus 5 is the answer. Now problem is not completed. They are asking you to check the relationship. So for checking the relationship, what we have to do? We have to compare our given equation with the general form of quadratic polynomial. So compare, you can write now t square, missing of t terms, that's why linear term is missing, means you have to write it as t square plus 0t minus 5 with now general form. It is in terms of t square, that's why I am writing at square plus bt plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Now write what are the terms. X square term is 1, coefficient, linear coefficient is 0, constant is minus 5. Now alpha plus beta, as you know that it is minus b by a, which is 0 by 1, which is 0, and alpha into beta, which is c by a, nothing but c means here minus 5 by 1. So answer is minus 5. Hence we verified. We got the same answer and the relationship was also showing the same. Hence we verified the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Now maybe they have given this kind of problems to you. This is the one of the important model in this only, that is whenever linear term is missing. For example, they given 2y square minus 7. So what will you do? If you find out the zeros, obviously you know that how to find out the relationship identity as well as sum and product of the zero. This is the given polynomial. So what will you do? Obviously you will write it as 2y square minus 7 equal to 0. Later 2y square is equal to 7. Later y square equal to y by 7 by 2. Now y equal to plus or minus root over 7 by 2, then you can write it as alpha is root 7 by root over 7 by 2, where beta is equal to minus of root over 7 by 2. In this way we can find out, and you know sum you will find out and product you will find out. Later you will verify the relationship identity. Like this model is important. That means now we have discussed relationship whenever there is a linear term is missing, how it will be. Now we will discuss how the relationship identities will be varied whenever there is a constant term is maybe absent. Let us see in what way we can do. Now see the problem D. Until now we have seen that whenever there is a linear term is absent, in what way we will verify the relationship. Now here it is constant term is missing. So what we will do is to find out the zeros, 2u square plus 10u, which is equal to 0. Go for the any factorization is possible. Clearly 2u is getting factor. After taking out 2u as a common, now u plus 5 will be left over. Clearly first factor will be equal to 0 as well as u plus 5 is also equal to 0. Then u equal to 0 by 2, nothing but 0. 0 by a non-zero value always gives you 0. Then u value is minus 5. You know that. Then first one we can take it as alpha. Alpha is 0, where beta is equal to minus 5. After finding the alpha and beta value, you know very well how to do it. At first we will find out our sum. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to 0 plus of minus 5 will give you 0 minus 5, nothing but minus 5. Afterwards what we will do? We will find out the product. Product is alpha into beta, 0 into minus 5 will give you 0. Now we start the verification. I hope you know how to do the verification. Whenever we are doing verification, first of all, what is our polynomial? We will take it. We will compare our polynomial with the general form. So what is our polynomial? 2u square plus 10u. Constant term is missing, so you better to take 0 with the. Can you say what is the general form of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial? Au square plus bu plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Clearly, a u square coefficient is 2, linear coefficient is b, which is 10, constant is 0. And you know that alpha plus beta is minus b by a, which is equal to minus 10 by 2, which is equal to minus 5. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a, which is equal to, c means here 0, 0 by 2, which is equal to 0. Hence we have got the same answer. So we can say that hence we verified. This is the problem whenever constant term is missing. Like this problems are many are there. Y square plus 7y. Nothing but you will take that y is common. Y into y plus 7. Like that we can do the numerous problems based on this. Now we are going to learn how to do that where there is no missing terms. Nothing but linear term is not missing. Constant term also not missing. In what way we will do it. In a previous model we have discussed whenever there is a linear term is in absence or maybe constant term is missing, we have discussed. Now, whenever they have given a complete quadratic polynomial, you have to observe that whether it is in a standard form or not. You know very well what is a standard form. Arranging the terms in the polynomial in the descending order of the degrees or ascending order of the degrees. Obviously, we will prefer the descending order of the degrees, nothing but x square term after obviously linear term x term should be later constant term. You know very well how to be factorized it. To factorize this one, 6x square minus 7x minus 3 is 6 into 3, which is 18. Just write the factors of 18. 1 into 18, 2 into 9, 3 into 6. 2 and 9 are the possible pair to express as minus 7. So, plus 2 plus 9 minus 2 plus 9 plus 2 minus 9. So, which is the best one is plus 2 minus 9. Now, express 6x square plus 2x minus 9x minus 3. Let us take out first two terms as one group. Remaining two terms as one group. Make it equal to 0. So take out 2x is out. You may get that 3x plus 1. In the same manner, now getting factor is minus 3. After taking 3 as minus 3 as common, 3x plus 1 as the factor. By simplifying 3x plus 1 into 2x minus 3 will be get. But we know that being non-zero divisor, either first factor may equal to 0 or second factor may equal to 0. Clearly, x is 3 by 2, x is equal to minus 1 by 2. X terms are otherwise, you know that first one take it as an alpha, alpha is minus 1 by 3, beta is 3 by 2. Here onwards you know what you are supposed to do. You will verify that sum is equal to nothing but alpha plus beta is equal to, that is minus 1 by 3 plus 3 by 2, 6 minus 2 plus 9. So it is answer is 7 by 6. Coming to the product. Product is what? It is minus 1 by 3 into 3 by 2. Product is nothing but alpha into beta. By simplifying you will get minus 1 by 2. The same thing we will verify with the help of the relationship identities. So we know that then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta is c by a. As usual, you will compare here and you will get the what is the x square coefficient as a and x coefficient as b and constant term as c. You will verify that. Obviously, you will get the same answer as sum is 7 by 6 and product is minus 1 by 2. Then we can say that, or we can conclude it as we have verified the situation. These are the three types of models usually in this. What are those? One is without the linear term, means middle term may be missing. Second one, maybe constant term is may be missing. Third one, complete one will be nothing but a quadratic polynomial, a complete quadratic polynomial, but maybe in a misorder. These are the three important models here. From your textbook also these kind of model problems only will be there. And sometimes they may ask you to find out the roots whenever there are maybe in the form of the irrational form there. Let us see in what manner we can solve those. Now maybe the expression is in this way. In what way we will do it? Usual factorization we can do so. Just multiply the x square coefficient with a constant 4 root 3 into 2 root 3 will give you 4 root 3 into minus 2 root 3, 8 into 3 which is a minus 24. What are the factors of 24 is obviously 3 8s are getting the difference is the 5. So which is the correct one is 4 root 3 x square. Let me express 5x as my plus 5 and minus 3. So plus 8x minus 3x minus 2 root 3. In this way we can take it. Like before, just take the first two terms as one group and next two terms is one group. Here in what way we can take it as, let me take out 4x as common. Clearly root 3x plus 2 will be left over. Here what is that? Here what is common means 3 is the root 3. So let me express that 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3 x minus 2 root 3 equal to 0. So 4x into root 3x plus 2 minus, by taking root 3 is out, you can write it as root 3x minus 2. Both are negative, so better to take plus. So now 4x into root 3x plus 2 minus root 3 into root 3x plus 2. By taking out root 3x plus 2 as common, obviously you will get 4x minus root 3 which is equal to 0. Being non-zero divisors, either 3x plus 2 is maybe 0 or 4x minus root 3 is 0. That means either first factor or second factor may be 0. Then only we will get the 0. So root 3x is equal to minus 2. Then x is equal to minus 2 by root 3. And 4x is equal to root 3 where x is equal to root 3 by 4. In this way we can. So clearly you will get alpha is equal to minus 2 by root 3 and beta is equal to root 3 by 4. After getting alpha and beta value, you know very well in what way we can simplify this and we can find out the relationship. For finding the relationship, just find out alpha plus beta value which is equal to minus 2 by root 3 plus root 3 by 4. Let us simplify it by doing cross 1. Minus 8 plus root 3 into root 3, 3 by 4 root 3. So clearly minus 5 by 4 root 3. Then alpha into beta is equal to 2 by minus 2 by root 3 into root 3 by 4. Minus 2 by 4 will give you minus 1 by 2. Clearly, if you verify that, you will get A value, B value, C value. Whenever you will compare the given equation with the general form of quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. So x square coefficient we will take it as a, which is 4 root 3. We will take linear term, that is x coefficient, as b, which is 5. And constant term is minus 2 root 3. By using alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, which is 5 by 4 root 3. In the same way, alpha into beta is c by a, which is minus 2 root 3 by 4 root 3. Clearly, you will get minus 1 by 2. If you have observed, relationship identities and our actual values are getting same. So we can say that hence we verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of given quadratic polynomial 4 root 3x square plus 5x minus 2 root 3. In this way, you can understand this concept very well. In this we have discussed the 4 models. Those are whenever there is linear term is absent, whenever there is a constant term is absent, whenever there is a complete quadratic polynomial, and whenever there are the irrational coefficients are there. Let's move to the next model, which is how to find out the quadratic polynomial whenever they have given the zeros of the polynomial. Now, if they have given the zeros of the polynomial, how can we find out the equation of the given quadratic? For example, they given minus 3 by 4 and 1 by 2 are the zeros. If you want to find out the quadratic polynomial whenever they have given the zeros, means at first we will take that alpha is minus 3 by 4 and beta is 1 by 2. And in the beginning of this session we have discussed that whenever we want to find out the quadratic polynomial, we are having x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta into k, or k into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Anyhow, we will ignore the k value. And x square minus sum into x plus product of the roots is into k. These are the 3 ways we have discussed. So, which is the easiest way is, we said that this is the easiest way, or this one. So, first of all, I am finding alpha plus beta value, later alpha beta value, then I am going to substitute them. So, what we are going to do is, let's find out alpha plus beta value. That is minus 3 by 4 plus 1 by 2. 4 and 2. 4. Minus 3 some gap plus 1 some gap. Obviously, LCM between 4 and 2 is 4. It is 1 time and it is 2 time. You may get minus 3 plus 2, which is minus 1 by 4. Then find out alpha into beta. You know alpha into beta is minus 3 by 4 into 1 by 2. Will give you minus 3 by 8. Then the required quadratic polynomial is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So x square minus, what is alpha plus beta value we got? It is minus 1 by 4 into x plus alpha beta is what? Minus 3 by 8. So what we have to do? X square plus x by 4 minus 3 by 8. Clearly, if you don't want to leave this one with the denominators with the like this, means you better to be simplified. You can take into k. If you not written also, no issues. Until here, okay. Now let us find out LCM between the denominator. It is x square some gap plus x some gap minus constant 3 into some gap. 8 times 4 means 2 times 8 means 1. So you will get 8x square plus 2x minus 3 by 8. Ignore the denominator 8. 2k, if you take k value is any value 8 means its denominator will get cancelled. So while you are writing, don't write k and don't write denominator. Just ignore it. What is the polynomial? 8x square plus 2x minus 3. Don't confuse. Here k is some value which makes us into a standard form. If you are left the answer here with the help of k, you will get the mark. If you leave the answer here, you will get the mark. And if you leave the answer here also into k, you will get the mark. If you ignore this also, you will get the mark. But usually we should not leave here. It won't be a proper one. So don't leave here, don't leave here. But while writing the conclusion, just ignore the denominator and mention it. What is the required polynomial? 8x square plus 2x minus 3 is the required quadratic polynomial whose roots are minus 3 by 4 and 1 by 2. Maybe they have given like this. 3 plus or minus root 7. 3 plus or minus root 7 they have given. Now, if they have given roots are in this way, usually these roots are called conjugate roots. That means one time plus 7 plus root 7 we should take, another time minus root 7. So clearly alpha is 3 plus root 7 and beta is 3 minus root 7. Procedure is the same. Find out the sum first of all. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta is 3 plus root 7 plus 3 minus root 7. Root 7 get cancelled, will give you 6. Go for the product alpha into beta which is equal to product. So it is 3 plus root 7 into 3 minus root 7 will give you 3 3s 9 minus root 7 whole square. Clearly I am writing it in the a plus b into a minus b which is a square minus b square. Will give you 9 minus 7, get the answer is 2. After getting the sum and the product, you know that how to verify or how to take it. The required polynomial is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. You can remember this is very easy, positives and negatives and positive. So x square minus, what is alpha plus beta value? We got 6. So minus 6x plus 2. It is the required polynomial. If you written into k also no issues. But don't write it, ignore the k. This is the one more problem in this model. Sometimes they will ask this one for the 1 mark. Whenever they given the zeros, you have to find out the quadratic polynomial. Maybe the same thing is happened. This time they not given the zeros, they have given the sum and product. In what way we will do it, let us discuss. Now we are in, whenever they have given the sum and product of the zeros, how to find out the quadratic polynomial, that is our topic. For example, sum of the roots is root 5 and the product of the roots is maybe 1 by 3 they have given to you. In what way we can find out the required quadratic polynomial? First of all, should not confuse, don't take this is alpha and beta like a previous. I am not giving the alpha value, I am giving sum. Sum means here alpha plus beta value they have given. And alpha into beta which is the product, which is equal to 1 by 3. What you require now, you need the quadratic polynomial. The required quadratic polynomial is the required quadratic polynomial is the required quadratic polynomial is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So x square minus what you can take it as alpha plus beta. They have given that root 5x plus alpha beta is 1 by 3. Now observe the denominator. So 3x square minus 3 root 5x plus 1. Now ignore the denominator. Write k into x square minus root 5x plus 1 by 3 is the required quadratic polynomial, but we don't want to mention with the help of k, so we will ignore the denominator and you will write that 3x square minus 3 root 5x plus 1 will be the required quadratic polynomial whenever the sum and product of the zeros is root 5 and 1 by 3 respectively. In the same manner, sometimes they will give 2 by 7, 3 by 4 or some 0 and minus 5, or maybe they will give that minus 5 comma 0. Whatever they have given, you will have to assume the first one is alpha plus beta, second value as alpha into beta, substituting in the formula, and you want to write them without ignoring the denominator, use the k. Need not to, if you want to ignore the denominator, just write it as by finding the LCM and ignore the denominator. In this way we can do it. Now we are going to learn some more application problems with the help of relationship identities based on alpha and beta. Let me list out those. Here I have mentioned the all identities whichever are linked with the relationship identities between the zeros and the coefficient. Sometimes they may ask you, they will give alpha and beta value or the some equation. They may ask you to find out what is 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. So at that time, in what way we will find out is, without actually finding alpha and beta value, only with the help of sum and product of the roots, we can find out these kind of problems. So in there, one problem they have asked in this way. In 2016 for the 1 mark in a SA1, they have given ax square plus bx plus c have 2 roots, those are alpha and beta. They asked you to find out the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta minus alpha beta. But without actually knowing alpha and beta value, how can we find out? With the help of a relationship identity. So what will you do is, first of all, what is alpha plus beta? You don't require alpha beta value. Alpha plus beta. What is alpha plus beta? We know that minus b by a. What is alpha into beta? C by a. Now how will you write 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta is alpha plus beta by alpha beta minus alpha beta. Now alpha plus beta by alpha beta minus alpha beta. But actually we don't know what is alpha and beta value, but you can write that alpha plus beta is, you know that minus b by a, where alpha into beta is c by a minus c by a. Is there any simplification? So minus b by c minus c by a. Take out minus common, ab plus c square by ac. Yes, this answer is, what is that? Minus of ab plus c square by ac will be that. This is the 1 mark problem they have given in 2015 in SA1. So like this, whenever they have given the relationship identity values like this, how to solve them without actually finding the alpha and beta. That is our topic now. Let's move to that, and some more additional problems also we can discuss it. Now look at this problem. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the x square plus 3x plus 10, then we have to find the values of alpha square plus beta square, alpha cube plus beta cube, and 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, and alpha square beta plus alpha beta square, and alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. In this way we have to find out. To find out this one, first of all, what you people will try to do is, at first you people will try to do as you will find out the, you will try to find out the alpha beta. But you can't find out the alpha and beta value because you can't factorize this. But really, do you require alpha and beta value to find out these values? No. Certainly, the alpha and beta individual values are not required. If we use the identity values, we can find it. Maybe if it is minus 10 is there, yes, we can find out alpha and beta value and we can. But sometimes maybe they have given like this problem only, not minus 10. Means not factorizable quadratic polynomial you got. So at that time, you can't find out alpha and beta. So you go for the relationship identities. At first, what is alpha plus beta value? Find out. What is alpha plus beta? We know that minus b by a. What is ABC value? Just write A, B and C. What is the A value? 1, B, 3, C, 10. So minus b by a means minus 3 by 1, which is minus 3. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a, which is equal to 10 by 1, nothing but 10. Observe the first one, what you required. What I am saying, to find out these kind of values, actually you need not to find out alpha and beta value individually. You needed their sum and product enough. I have mentioned what is the formula for alpha square plus beta square. You know alpha square plus beta square can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. What is alpha plus beta whole square value? Minus 3 whole square minus 2 into alpha beta value 10. So 9 minus 20 minus 11 is its answer. Means without actually finding alpha and beta, we are finding the required value. What is the next one? Now see the b bit, that is alpha cube plus beta cube. But you don't know alpha beta values, then can you express the alpha cube plus beta cube in terms of the sum and product? Yes, you can write alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. What is alpha plus beta whole cube is minus 3 whole cube minus 3 into 10 into minus 3. So minus 27 minus plus 3, totally it is 90. 90 minus 27, obviously it is 63. Then what is the value of alpha cube plus beta cube? If you want to do like this problem, do we really require alpha and beta value? No, we don't require both. Go for the bit C. What is the bit C is? Alpha 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. I hope you remember in what way you can write 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. Yes, that is alpha plus beta by alpha beta. What is alpha plus beta? Minus 3. Alpha into beta 10. That's it. Answer is minus 3 by 10. What is the d bit? Let's look at the d bit. That is alpha square beta plus alpha beta square. What is that? Alpha square beta plus alpha beta square. But it is not having any kind of formula what we have a learnt. 8 formulas we learnt. So clearly if you observe, is it getting any common? Yes, alpha beta is common. Alpha beta into alpha plus beta. You know what is alpha beta value? Alpha plus beta value. So it is 10 into minus 3. Minus 30 is its answer. Coming to the last bit E. That is alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. Can you say that in what way you can write this? That is alpha square plus beta square by alpha beta. But already we got alpha square plus beta square value, that is minus 11. Right? What is alpha beta value? Which is equal to 10. So we got all the required one without actually finding alpha and beta value. We got all the values. I hope you have got these, and we are moving to the next kind of problems. Now we are one more concept problem we are having. In there, they are saying that if the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square minus 5 by 2x plus k are reciprocal to each other, what is the value of the k they are asking. So like this problems, in what way we will find out what they said. First of all, this is the quadratic polynomial, and what about their roots are reciprocal to each other. Reciprocal, when they were mentioned the word reciprocal, in what way we should assume the roots is alpha is alpha but beta is 1 by alpha. In what way we should assume is alpha but beta is 1 by alpha. Reason is they said about reciprocal. We know that alpha plus beta value is what? What is alpha plus beta value? Minus b by. But there is no use because you want k value. When they are saying about reciprocal, alpha into beta is nothing but product of the roots we want. Product of the roots is equal to c by a. Alpha into beta means what? 1 by alpha. C by a. C means what here? K by a. What is a value? 1. So k is equal to 1. In this way we can find out the unknown value of anything whenever they have mentioned it is reciprocal. Now the next model problem and very important MCQ problem or maybe 1 mark problem is, if one of the zero of the quadratic polynomial 4x square minus 8ax minus 9 is negative of the other, then find the value of k. In the previous problem we have got a word reciprocal, but this time they did not use the word reciprocal, they have used negative. When they were using a word negative or additive inverse, such kind of words, again we will assume ourselves our zeros of the polynomial alpha and beta as alpha is alpha, but this time beta is minus alpha. Remember, reciprocal means you should write as 1 by alpha, but negative or additive inverse such kind of their other root will be minus alpha. We know that reciprocal, when they have given, you will usually do that product, but here we have to do the sum. Then sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. You know alpha means alpha, beta means minus alpha, minus b by a they have given. What is minus b by a means? Minus of minus 8k by a means anyhow 4. So alpha cancel, 0 equal to 8k by 4. So clearly 2k equal to 0. K equal to 0 by 2. 0 by something which is not a 0 will always be 0. So k value is 0. In this way we can find out the answer. Now until now we have done all the problems based on the alpha and beta. This problem is somewhat different. In what way? They are saying alpha and beta are the zeros of the nothing but roots of the x square plus 2x plus 3. Then find the quadratic polynomial whose roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. What are the roots of the required polynomial are 2 alpha and 2 beta. And another quadratic polynomial whose roots are 2 alpha plus beta and 2 beta plus alpha. Until now they are given roots, we found the quadratic polynomial. They are giving roots, but they are giving to find out the quadratic polynomial whose roots are not alpha beta. There are 2 alpha 2 beta or 2 alpha plus beta 2 beta plus alpha. Here, if you want to find out the quadratic polynomial which we require, do we need the alpha and beta value really? Not required. And even though we can't find out those values by the splitting of the middle term factorization method. Maybe they have given minus 3 here, then you can try that. At that time you can do it. Maybe sometime they will give like this. At that time what will we do? Let's discuss. First of all, find out the what is alpha plus beta, which is the sum. What is that? Minus b by a. What is the b value? Minus 2 by a value 1. So minus 2. What is the product then? Alpha into beta, which is the product is equal to c by a, which is equal to 3 by 1, which is 3. Then in what way you can find out the quadratic polynomial? What is you required is 2 alpha and 2 beta. But I don't know what is alpha and beta. How can I find out 2 alpha, 2 beta? Once recall about the quadratic polynomial. What is the equation or maybe formula to find out the quadratic polynomial? Is x square minus sum into x plus product. But not require alpha and beta value. So what I am going to do is sum of the zeros I am going to do. It is 2 alpha plus 2 beta. Take out 2 is common, alpha plus beta. But already we know alpha plus beta value. What is that? Minus 2. So minus 4. Product is equal to 2 alpha into 2 beta, which is 4 alpha beta. 4 into, we already know alpha beta value 3, so it is 12. Now I got sum and product. The required quadratic polynomial is x square minus alpha plus beta. Rather than writing alpha plus beta, why can't we write it is sum into x plus product is? Yes, we can mention. So we can write it as x square minus sum of the zeros. What is the sum of the zeros? Will you take minus 2 and 3 or minus 4 and 12? These are the sum and product of this particular polynomial. But we want for the polynomial whose roots are 2 alpha, 2 beta. Then sum of such roots is minus 4. Product of such roots is 12. So x square plus 4x plus 12 is the required quadratic polynomial whose roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. In this way we have to do. Let us move to the b bit. Here we are in the b bit. 2 alpha plus beta and 2 beta plus alpha. In what way we can do is just find out the sum of the roots. 2 alpha plus beta and 2 beta plus alpha. 2 alpha plus alpha 3 alpha. Beta plus 2 beta 3 beta. Let us take out 3 is out, then alpha plus beta. As we know that what is the alpha plus beta value? It is minus 2. 3 into minus 2 equal to minus 6. Now I need a product also. Then 2 alpha plus beta into 2 beta plus alpha product. Let's multiply by splitting 2 alpha into 2 beta plus alpha plus beta into 2 beta plus alpha, which is 4 alpha beta plus 2 alpha square plus 2 beta square plus alpha beta, which is 2 alpha square plus 2 beta square plus 5 alpha beta. Take out 2 is common, alpha square plus beta square plus 5 alpha beta. Let us simplify this. 2 into, we all know that alpha square plus beta square value is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Plus already 5 alpha beta is there. So 2 into alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta plus 5 alpha beta. You may get 2 into alpha plus beta whole square plus alpha beta. 2 into minus 2 whole square plus, we know alpha beta value is 3. Clearly 8 plus 3 11. So the required equation is x square minus sum of the roots is minus 6 into x plus product of the roots 11. So required quadratic polynomial is x square plus 6x plus 11. In this way we can do it. In this video, you have learned whatever relevant all kind of concepts as well as for problems and formulas relevant to quadratic polynomial with some more challenging concepts whichever are there. In part 3 we are going to discuss. In part 3 some more additional problems based on the quadratic polynomial as well as cubic polynomial we are going to learn. For more educational videos, especially in MPC, Please subscribe, share, like my channel SAC E-Classes, a specialist learning center for everyone. Thank you for watching.